Hey, what's up, everybody? So I have another recovery tip for today. I'm going to be talking about lapses and relapses. Some people might argue that those are the same things. I make the distinction that they're a little bit different, and I'll explain that in a second. If you agree or disagree with me on that, please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. But I think, the topic of lapses and relapses is very important to talk about because it's not an uncommon part of recovery. I've certainly had my fair share of lapses and relapses, mostly relapses, because of not having this mindset I'm going to kind of suggest. So for me, a lapse is kind of just like a one-time, very brief strain of off your path of recovery. So let's say I have a bad day, I end up drinking, but the very next day I get back into the wagon and engage in activities that help my recovery. So, going to meetings or maybe working with a recovery coach, this or that, having, meeting with supportive friends and family. Whereas a relapse, I have that lapse and I'm just like, well, I already screwed up, so I'm just going to continue to drink, especially with those heavy feelings of shame, and just kind of like, regret. I think as addicts, we have a lot of cognitive distortions, one of those being black or white thinking, or all or nothing. So it's like either I'm sober or I'm not. So it's like if we have that lapse, oh, well, I guess I screwed up. I'm just going to continue. So I think it's good to be remind ourselves of this. And also, I'd like to kind of give a brief, I don't know where I heard this, but someone told me like a relapse or lapse begins before you even take that drink or use that drug. And I agree with that. I think, therefore, it's good to, we usually fall into old patterns of behaviors or thought process leading up to a lapse or relapse. So I think it's good to always be mindful of our thought process and kind of see if we're heading back into old unhealthy habits that might lead us astray. But yeah, I think also in terms of not letting a lapse turn into a relapse, just reminding ourselves like we don't lose progress. Like, yeah, we can't say, oh, I'm this many days clean, but it doesn't take away that clean time that you already had. So it's like if you're sober for a year and you have a lapse, it's like, yeah, you can't say I'm a year sober, but that doesn't take away those 364 days that you were sober. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this tip. Yeah, drop a comment down below.